could never,
Everybody,
like, I need to be in like perfect shape emotionally to ever like do a TikTok or anything. Like,
yes.
I can never like when I'm sad be like,
Let me start
let me just
crying.
pull myself together a little bit and like make a viral thing. Like, I can't. I literally can't. I wish I could.
What if you were exhausted, tired? Do you think you could like share your tips on waking up in the morning? What about that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I could totally do.
Speaking of,
Next up, we have our fave. We've talked about her on the channel before. Our fave, Mel Robbins. Um, yeah. So let's just go ahead and watch. I don't think I have a lot to say except for like one or two massive points.
okay, do you want me to read the description first or after? Or never?
Okay, let's read it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is Mel Robbins on Instagram, obviously. Mel Robbins is our. Oh, wait, I had my Mel Robbins glasses, but they're so smudgy I couldn't wear them. But just for this segment, I'll put my Mel Robbins glasses on. Okay. Mel Robbins. She's an inspirational, motivational speaker. She's wonderful. No, I don't like her personally, but here we go. This
No.
is her tip. This morning, the alarm went off at 5:45 a.m. and I felt a major sense of dread. It has always been hard for me to get out of bed. It just is what it is. My husband, Chris Robbins, just rolls right out of bed, but not me. When the alarm goes off, I just want to lay there like a human pot roast, marinating in fear and dread. I know why this happens. Childhood trauma.
Okay.
Girl, I mean, maybe.
What about growing old and
How about
just
just
like,
like, yeah, no one wants to get up at 5:45. Well, not me.
I could never.
I also have childhood trauma though, so maybe it is just my trauma. I don't think so though. I think it's just I'm tired.
No, this is like fake news, you guys. Like, childhood trauma has nothing to do with waking up at 5.
I know why this happens.
I have loads
Gallbladder
of childhood
problems.
trauma and I could never wake up before 8. So
Yeah, for real. Okay. That dread in the morning is what I experienced when I was 9 years old and woke up after being molested in the middle of the night by an older kid. My body remembers even now that I'm 53 years old. Jesus Christ. I mean, that sucks, but that's a little far of a stretch, I feel like. But okay, to each their own, I suppose,
yeah.
That seems crazy, but okay. Most mornings, my 5-second rule works like a charm. I just count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then push myself to get out of bed. That's what she's famous for, by the way. That's her only contribution, other than counting back from 5 and high-fiving yourself in the mirror. That is her contribution to the self-help space. Just now she's going to admit that doesn't even work for her. Okay.
Yeah.
But then there are those mornings like this morning that I can't even muster up the energy to use my own damn rule. On those mornings, I slither. It's a really cool somatic method that my therapist, and tags her therapist, has me doing. I'm going to check that later. And this morning, I needed it. So with the pillow still over my head, I asked my husband, Chris, to grab my phone from the bathroom and film me just as I am, butt cheeks and all. So get ready, everybody, for some butt cheeks.
Yeah, there will be butt cheeks.
There will be major butt cheeks slithering out of bed. I know it's super weird, but by God, does it work? Let me know what you experience when you try it. Okay. And without further
So,
ado.
can we just talk for a
Okay.
second
Yes.
about that? Like, why did you just come up with that story in this
Yeah.
random description of a random like bed frame? Like, I don't understand, because in this like initial thumbnail of the reel, you don't even see it's her. It's like
Just a
just
bed.
bed frame, and then
Yikes.
she's like talking about this serious like childhood trauma thing, and it's like, Jesus, like, you're not ready for, like, at
We need a
least,
warning, trigger warning
yeah,
of
just like a
sexual child
warning,
abuse.
something that
Yeah.
makes me think, okay, do I go ahead with this? Because like I sometimes find this to be really like hard when on TikTok. It's like I would wake up and start like scrolling TikTok, and then something like
Yeah.
super triggering comes up. I'm like, okay, I'm not ready for this. Like,
It's too
um,
early.
yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like not the appropriate place. I mean, I guess like your trauma, your business, if you want to talk about it every second, like go for it. But yeah, it does seem a little bit odd. Like, and to draw that conclusion seems a little bit like a far-fetched thing, but again, who am I to say that? It just seems a little out of place. Like, this thing happened
Yeah.
when I was 9, so therefore I can't get out of
I'm
bed in the
sorry it
morning.
happened. I'm
Oh
sorry it
no, I
happened. Like,
agree. I just
that is like an awful thing to experience. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know this happened to her. But like, and maybe that's why I'm so like shocked, because I really didn't know this happened to her. But at the same time, like, I feel like this is not the way to come out with it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, she's talked about it before. In the video that she did with Dr. Amen, the psychiatrist that does the brain scans. We've talked about him a couple times here and on my channel, but she talked about the incident in a lot of detail. So she seems like she's comfortable sharing it publicly, but still, like, if you're not familiar, like you weren't familiar with that, that was part of her thing. So it's kind of like, whoa, I don't know if I needed to read that today.
yeah, it's kind of like a lot.
Yeah. So anyways, okay, so here we go. Here's Mel Robbins slithering out of bed at 5:49 a.m.
If you have a really hard time getting out of bed like I do, I want to teach you a trick my therapist gave me. So it's 5:49 right now. I do not have the energy to push myself out of bed. And so on those mornings, she tells me to literally slither. Just slither out of bed.
Is she actually
Get onto the
talking
floor.
Yeah.
while
And
doing this?
ride around and embody that resistance in you. And then when you feel ready, you just crawl. I need my glasses. They're here somewhere.
Yeah, you too.
You just
Go
crawl
for it.
Found him, Mel. Here they are. They're right here.
toward the bathroom.
I left him at my
and
house.
when you're ready, oh, you stand up. It's weird, but it works. Try it. If you have a really hard time getting out of bed.
Yeah, so she's narrating from underneath the pillows.
Yeah.
I don't know how the sun works over wherever she lives, but 5:49 in Florida is like pitch black. Still.
Oh, this is a listen. This is like at this point a set. This is a production.
It's 5:49
She's like
a.m. right
she's
now.
like an Oscar-winning actress right now. Like,
Yeah.
she's playing tired and all that. No, I'm sure it's morning time, but like it doesn't look like 5. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
She really has to, like, she wants to be Rachel Hollis level. Again, I'll bring up Rachel Hollis. Rachel wakes up at 4 a.m. So she's like, well, 5:49 is like, a little bit not as crazy as that, but shows that
Yeah,
I
no.
care about my life.
Jay Shetty too, like back in the monk days.
He was at 2 a.m.
No, that was his mentor.
Oh.
He only managed 4, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Still better than Rachel.
No. But yeah, no, I find this to be, first of all, I I do like, I'm not going against the tip. I think the tip works. But this goes against everything she's taught. What happened to 5 4 3 2 1? What happened to like high-fiving you and building that, relationship with yourself? What are you saying, like your relationship with yourself at this point, after like all these years of doing everything right and the 5 4 3 2 1 and getting rich and la la la, that's still not good.
No.
You still can't get out of bed? Like, sorry, Mel, but what? Like,
Well, I think that's why maybe that's why she threw in that like childhood trauma thing, because it shows because then she says the caveat, well, like, my rule works every time, but sometimes when I'm traumatized by this one specific event that happened that's horrific, like, then, I need extra help. So maybe she's setting it up like, it works for if you didn't go through this, which, a lot of people haven't gone through that. Like, the 5 4 3 2 1 works. But for me, because I have more trauma than you, then I sometimes have to do this extra tip. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
but then, like, take your own book and put it into the garbage, and like, seriously, because like, what on earth? Like, you literally have been telling people that anxiety is cured with 5 4 3 2 1. Like,
Yeah.
everything. Like, did she not say this? Like, she launched herself like a rocket out of bed.
Yes.
That
Every
didn't she
morning.
say? Yeah, she literally said that. Like, she launched herself out of bed like a rocket. 5 4 3 2 1. And
Should we
now
sing the
she's like
song?
crawling. Now she's sorry, but now she's crawling.
She's
going on
slithering,
her
okay?
knees.
She's slithering.
Sorry.
Specifically.
I shocked at like the lack of, cognitive dissonance.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rocket launching is done.
By the way, can I say this is her next book? Like Slither.
Slithering. Slither to success. My story of slithering through life.
Yeah, because the high five, or
Lame.
she man. Okay, I'll give her this. Like, she's a freaking genius.
Yeah.
You turn like one gesture, like high fiving your mirror, into a book. Like, well done, well done. You can really talk shit like for a long time
I know.
into like 300 pages. Like, okay,
Smiling at
same with
strangers, my tip for success. And it's like 300 pages about like every time I go to the grocery store, I just smile a little bit and then people smile back and it feels good.
yeah.
The
Stretch
end.
that out onto 300 page. Could you do it? Because I couldn't. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how to do that.
Back in 1994, when I was 4 years old,
I
I
never
felt that people
smiled.
never smiled at me. The
Do you
memory
have that
stays.
sound effect? Like the sad sound effect?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'll get it. When I was 4, my mouth hurt from teething too much, and I couldn't smile at strangers. Therefore, I could not be a successful boss baby.
Yeah. No, but seriously, what is this? I'm so annoyed with this video. Like, I wanted to share it, and then I was like, no, we need to talk about it on the live. Like, this
Yeah.
is bad.
Her husband's like, "What do you want me to do? Record your ass cheeks on the floor? All right, baby, let's do it."
I would say she looks great. She looks fantastic.
She's in good shape. I liked her nightgown
Yeah.
set too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a
And I
stan.
like the bed. Look at that bed. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Better than the tent that she lived in, according to her.
Oh, yeah, right.
If you didn't watch that episode, go backwards and watch the Mel Robbins episode where she talks about living in a tent for no reason.